In this video, we'll continue to make some more branches, and I'm also going to show you another way, another command we can use to make and switch to a branch. But first, I want to pay special attention to this part of the first paragraph here. Use getBranch with a branch name to make a new branch based upon the current head. That part is super important. It tells us that where we are, what head is, when we create a branch, impacts the branch that we create. So the location, the current branch we're on when we branch, is very, very important and makes a huge difference. So for example, here I've got my road trip playlist. I don't want to call it an app, but our repo, just from the previous video. And I'm currently on the oldies branch. I type git log. I have the commits from master, these two. And then I have the new commit I added on the oldies branch. So I'm going to add, how about 2 more songs, George Harrison songs. Okay, My Sweet Lord and What Is Life by George Harrison. And I'm going to add and commit those. And I'm actually going to do it in a different way I haven't showed you. -A-M is basically a one-line way of adding all on-stage changes. So git commit -A instead of add and then commit. And then I'll provide my message. Just add 2 George Harrison songs. All right, so now I have another commit that I've added to the oldies branch. So if I branch right now and make a new branch, let's say I make a George's branch. I want to make, I guess a playlist that only includes songs by George's. I can do that. I'll branch from the oldies branch. That's where I am right now. So I can do git branch George's. Okay. So I made that branch. Of course, I'm still on oldies. I haven't switched over. But if we look at git log, we see that both oldies and my new branch George's, they are both referring to the same commit. They're at the same spot. The same page has been bookmarked with 2 different bookmarks. Head is currently pointing to oldies, but if I want to switch to George's and make a commit on George's, of course they will diverge. So if I switch over, git switch to George's, we go to git log, only thing that has changed here is that head now points to George's. And I have all those commits from the earlier oldies branch on George's. So now I can do a bit more work. I'll add 2 George Michael songs. Okay, so there we go. Careless Whisper and Faith by George Michael. I'll just add and commit them. Do the same thing, -A-M, add 2 George Michael songs. And this, of course, only goes on the George's branch. That's the branch I'm currently on. So now, if I type git log, what do we expect to see? Head refers to George's because I'm on the George's branch, and I have this one commit that only exists on the George's branch, and the oldies branch was left in the dust back here, right? So I could switch back to oldies, git switch oldies, and we see we lose those 2 songs. Also, I actually left in those ABBA songs, so I should switch back to George's. And I want to delete those ABBA songs because they're not created by George's. And unfortunately, we're only allowing George's here. So now I'll do another git add and git commits, or just the short version. I'm on the George's branch, so don't forget that. Remove 2 ABBA songs. All right, so now git log, I have these 2 new commits on the George's branch that I'm currently on. Plus all the other commits from the oldies branch at that moment in time when I split. So just at that moment in time, if I do more work on oldies, it does not impact George's. Okay, so now I go back to oldies, git switch oldies, and we see ABBA is back, and we don't have George Michael. If I go back to master, almost everything's gone. We just have ABBA. So if I make one more branch from here, just as a quick demo, it's going to be based upon master. That's where I currently am. So I know I'm beating this dead horse a lot, but it's really important. Where you branch from matters. And if I make a new branch, git branch, what should this one be? How about just an empty playlist? Git branch empty playlist. Okay, I now have this branch referring to the same spot as master. And now I'll switch over. Git switch empty playlist. And here we are. So now I can delete everything if I wanted to. Git commit -A-M empty out playlist. And there we go. If If I look at the Git log, I only have 3 commits, the 2 from master and then the 1 new one. Anyway, this has been a long demonstration, but I just wanted to show it does matter where you branch from. So we go back to master. If I, git switch master, okay, we have Abba. If I go back to George's, git switch George's, there we are. And if I git switch back to empty playlist, that's all we've got. Okay.